Hi everyone, it's Melissa from Welcome to the Woods. Welcome back to another This or That DIY. In this episode, we're going to be comparing acrylic latex caulk with silicone caulk. I know I have Googled this question one too many times in my life, and we're going to clear it all up here, the differences and the benefits of each. Let's start with acrylic latex caulk. So with acrylic latex caulk, it's good for a variety of projects, but generally ones that are indoor. I'm surprised to read that this is an indoor-outdoor caulk on the tube because I personally would not use acrylic latex caulk outdoors. Generally, indoor projects only because acrylic latex caulk, being water-based, does not stand up well to water areas, like wet areas, like outdoors where you can see rain, snow, weather, and temperature changes that can cause this to crack. The big benefit of this type of caulk, though, is that it's very paintable. You can paint it any color right over application, or you can also get it colored ahead of time so it matches your project exactly. Because it is water-based, it's always very easy to clean up. If you are a messy caulker, your line doesn't look nice and crisp, you can just go over it with a hot water on your finger or a baby wipe and smooth it all out, and it looks perfect. It's very easy to clean up and to smooth. Acrylic latex caulk is also very low odor versus like the silicone caulk we're going to talk about later. It's kind of stinky. This one's not a problem to use indoors. Another upside is that this is very inexpensive. This acrylic caulk, I think I paid less than $2 for the whole tube. Now, a downside of this is coming back to its water resistance. If you put it in a water dense area, like you caulk a tub surround or something with acrylic caulk, it's going to be more prone to get mildew, and it's going to discolor and just look gross much quicker than silicone-based caulk would. The last big benefit I have to mention is that acrylic latex caulk dries very quickly, some as fast as 20 minutes, and it usually cures in only a day. So it is a very easy product to work with when you're moving quickly through the steps of a project. Now I'm going to jump over here to talk about 100% silicone caulk.
This video is sponsored by WorkPro Tools. You're going to see me using WorkPro Tools throughout my video because of their power, their versatility, and their amazing quality. I have used WorkPro Tools for 2 years now, and I definitely recommend them, especially their workbenches. Now, this workbench I want to show off in this video is super cool. It is very, very heavy duty, made with high quality steel and a thick rubber wood top. It's rated for up to 500 pounds. The top also has a waterproof and scratch-resistant coating for lasting durability. The workbench is height adjustable using the hand crank that turns easily and tucks away or completely removes when not in use. At its lowest, the work table can be 29 inches tall, perfect for a petite person to use in a variety of circumstances. The highest it goes to is 38 inches, which works well as a standing desk or to bring whatever you're working on into better view. This is completely customizable for a more ergonomic workspace. Large, heavy-duty casters allow the workbench to be mobile and move easily wherever you need to use it. They can also lock in place and hold strong when you need them to. However, you can also assemble it with the stationary feet provided that you can adjust to perfectly level. This product is straightforward and well made. Click the link in the description to purchase now.
Now, silicone caulking is not paintable, unfortunately. That's the major difference. Paints do not adhere to rubberized silicone caulk. They just pull away and bubble up. I'll give an example of that here. I've made this mistake more than once in my years of DIY, putting silicone caulk down and not realizing after the fact that I had grabbed the wrong tube, going to paint it and being like, oh no. Generally, how I fix that is I put latex right over the silicone and then try and paint it. And it works mediocre. It's important to know the right caulk for the job that you're doing to avoid those kinds of headaches. So the other thing about silicone caulk is that it is for interior or exterior use. It is the preference for exterior, unless you're going to go with like polyurethane caulk. There's other things too you can use outside. But silicone is great because it is so flexible and crack resistant. It can manage the temperature changes. It can manage being hit with water frequently without losing its strength and durability. Along that note, this one from Great Stuff also has a lifetime product warranty and says it's UV resistant. UV resistant, a lot of times what that means is that the sun won't break down the chemical makeup of the caulking and cause it to fail. crack or whatever, or pull away from, like if you caulk a window, pull away from the seam. But it can also mean that the silicone won't discolor or fade. That's one thing I love about silicone. You don't get any discoloration. And the other thing about it is it's way less prone to mildew or mold growth. So it is the choice for wet applications and indoor applications like baths, counters, kitchens, tub surrounds, toilets, anywhere that's going to get a lot of water. 100% silicone caulk does dry slower than latex typically, but the cool thing about it is although it takes days to cure, it is typically water resistant immediately. So you can caulk a bathtub and then take a shower 5 minutes later and it's fine. Now you obviously have to read the tube because that's not applicable to all caulking, but you can find silicone caulk that's immediately water resistant. Also good if you're working on an outdoor project as it's about to rain or something like that. Perhaps some of its indestructible qualities is why it is more expensive. It is more expensive than acrylic latex caulk. You can expect to spend like $5 to $8 a tube for something like this. Now let's move on to this third option I have here, which is going to confuse all of you. It's hybrid. It is acrylic latex caulk that's siliconized. So they mix in rubberized silicone with the acrylic. And they're trying to basically create caulking that's the best of both worlds. It is water-based, you can use water cleanup, you can smooth the bead with water, but when you use something like this, you will recognize it behaves slightly differently. It's more flexible, it's crack resistant. Generally, this product you can use outdoors, and this is just an all-around excellent product. In fact, most caulking is now acrylic latex that's siliconized. I would say that's most of the options I find at the hardware store. And so you don't really have to worry a ton about using a caulk like this in almost any application except for a few. There are a few instances in which it's important that you use 100% silicone caulk. And I would say this is an instance where you're sealing a counter, you're sealing like a sink, an undermount sink, so you don't get mildew growth between the counter and your sink. Tub, shower surrounds, kitchen backsplashes, anything that's going to see a lot of water splash up and water use needs 100% silicone. When you're at the hardware store picking the caulk for your project, just be sure to read the tube because everyone is slightly different. These can make it sound like they are a miracle product. Just listen. 50-year crack resistant, reduced dirt pickup, won't shine through the paint, multi-surface use, waterproof seal, easy water cleanup, low odor, interior and exterior, paintable, spray painted immediately, brush painted in 20 minutes. So something like this, it's like, yeah, this is going to cover almost all your projects, and this is what I would recommend you picking up if you're just starting out in DIY. I hope that this video was helpful for you, and if it was, be sure to subscribe to Welcome to the Woods, hit the notification bell so you don't miss another video. I publish this or that's informational videos like this on my channel to talk about different products and tools and help you learn more about DIY home construction. But I also share my remodels. Currently I'm working on a lake house renovation that is super interesting, so be sure to check out my other videos. Thank you for watching. We'll catch you again next time on Welcome to the Woods. Here's a little bonus tip for you, okay? So in using caulking, half of your application for a smooth bead comes in the gun. So use a high quality gun. This gun from WorkPro actually has like a low thrust ratio and a high thrust ratio depending on which type of caulking you're using. I often use a low thrust ratio, but there are certain products that you can benefit from changing that, like how spring loaded it is, how much push it has on the tube. It also has this little guy which pops out and you can use to open up, slide it down and open up your tube of caulking.